Listen to Sergio Sanchez every morning on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Parami app. Stay informed with exclusive interviews from top local and state leaders, plus economic development news, business, and medical reports, and all the local news from the RGV. It's everything you need to know to start your day right. Sergio Sanchez and News Talk 710 KURV on the free Radio Parami app. Download it now.
Rob Shaw says
the boat came to rest on a sandbar, so some of those who weren't injured were able to walk ashore.
No word if there have been arrests yet, and that happened the day after a man drove an SUV into a crowd of people in Canada, killing 11 people, injuring about 24 more.
Prosecutors say 30-year-old Kaiji Adam Lowe is charged with 8 counts of second-degree murder, and more charges could be coming. Investigators say Lowe drove his SUV into a crowd of people who were attending a Filipino Heritage Day festival in Vancouver on Saturday, killing 11, ranging in age from 5 to 65. Hundreds of people came out for vigils on Sunday to remember the victims and show support for the 24 who were hurt. Police have ruled out terrorism as a motive, but say Lowe has a history of mental issues. Lowe made a video appearance before a judge on Sunday, but has not entered a plea. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
It is a big week for earnings reports on Wall Street, which could move the markets. But for now, stock futures aren't moving much, down slightly, coming off last week's big gains. The Nasdaq surged up more than 6%. We're saving a bit of money at the gas pump.
The average gasoline price is down a dime from 2 weeks ago. It's now $3.24.
Analyst Shirley Lundberg's survey of stations has regular 10 cents higher than AAA's national average, which is $3.14 per gallon. In the NBA playoffs, the Lakers are on the brink of first-round elimination.
Doncic looking. James, corner, Reeves, three-pointer. No good. Rebound McDaniels. It's over. The T-Wolves go up 3-1 in the series.
The call on ABC is Minnesota beat the LA Lakers 116-113. Boston topped Orlando 107-98. Indiana routed Milwaukee by 26. New York edged Detroit by 1. Celtics, Pacers, and Knicks also up 3-1. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
KURV News Time is 7:05. Happy Monday. It is April 28th, 2025. The Valley's Morning News. It's News Radio for South Texas. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz. We got AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nordine on standby. And right now, a good example of how you can join us online. A big thank you to any and all family joining us at Radio Parami, also KURV.com. You press the Listen Live button there. Historic Hotel Edinburg has new owners. Those new owners have been in town for a while. The Edinburg Economic Development Corporation is saying that Austin software development company, Zoho, has finalized a deal to purchase the Echo Hotel. The Zoho Corporation reportedly planning to expand its operations, headed now toward Edinburg, and will use the property for a state-of-the-art office facility. This Edinburg acquisition by Zoho complements its McKellen investment, its footprint, and they also plan to use land north of the city of Edinburg near future. Conversation about all this coming up with Raudel Garza. He's the Director of Economic Development for the city of Edinburg. Hope you can join us at 7:15 for that. Well, parents across the state of Texas can now see the letter grade for their kids' school. These are 2023 numbers.
The Texas Education Agency rates schools and school districts on several factors, including scores on standardized tests and graduation rates, then assigns them a letter grade of A through F, just like a student's report card. The ratings for 2023 were just released. They were delayed after several school districts sued over the methodology for the ratings. Most of the big city school districts got a grade of C, including Dallas, Houston, Austin, San Antonio, and El Paso. The Fort Worth ISD got a rating of D. The district issued a statement that they have already made system-wide changes to address the needs of students.
That's Stephen Pickering reporting. State lawmakers are once again talking about election security.
Congress passed the SAVE Act, which requires proof of citizenship to vote. Now Texas looking to do the same.
It's not about chasing headlines or exaggerating numbers. It's about making sure that every name on our voter rolls belong to someone who is legally eligible.
The bill by State Rep Kerry Isaac goes further than the proposed federal law. It would be retroactive, meaning a deep dive into the state's 18 million registered voters. The Secretary of State's office told lawmakers it's about 500,000 registered voters who did not list a driver's license or a social security number. They would need proof of citizenship.
It's 7:08 on the Valley's Morning News. And sidebar mentioned to all the election security talk. Lawmakers in Austin also considering legislation that would bar counties from sending out unsolicited voter registration forms. This legislation would also bar the state from using public money to support such mailings by any group. It's 7:08 on the Valley's Morning News. It is AccuWeather time, and AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Norton. I want to say thank you to Dougie and all the gang at Martin Farm and Ranch. Happy Monday, Dougie. Hope you're listening online. Purina Feed, it's the best. That's why Doug at Martin Farm and Ranch carries it. Certified dealer of Purina Feed is Martin Farm and Ranch. AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Norton joining us. I noticed in the extended forecast a few more references of rain maybe midweek and towards the end of the week. So let's start there, Jeffy. What you got?
Yeah, so you want me to start kind of like, let's see, Thursday night and then Friday night?
Okay, that's when you see the better possibility?
The better possibility, well, okay, here we go. So it's not the greatest possibility on Thursday night, but it is better Friday night and through the weekend. And by the time we get to next week, we have a more substantial chance of seeing some, what's the right word I'm going to use? Beneficial rain?
Okay.
The other rounds from Thursday and Friday night, that's going to be about 1/10 of an inch each day. And then Saturday and Sunday for this weekend could bring another 1/4 of an inch each day. So a total of, let's say, 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch.
Well, when you said beneficial rate, you know what first thing I thought when you said, which is a good word, beneficial. Most beneficial would be over in Laredo, over at Lake Falcon. That would definitely be most beneficial. But no, that would be, but it's for, you're referring to us here in Brownsville, McAllen.
Let me look at Laredo here. I'm pulling that up right now.
It's all unsettled and, gets a little bit of crazy weather. That'd be nice.
Yeah, Laredo is going to see some around 3 to 4/10 of an inch Thursday and Friday. Saturday through Tuesday could see another inch.
Okay, we'll take it. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Texas travel weather. What you got today, tomorrow?
Today, good. Dallas area going to be cloudy in general, low 80s. Tomorrow, dry with clouds and sunshine. Tomorrow night into Wednesday, heavy and severe storms come through, hail, damaging winds, primary threats there. Today and tomorrow for Houston, good. Strong thunderstorms expected by Friday afternoon, but there are going to be some showers Wednesday. San Antonio, excuse me. San Antonio is going to be under clouds, upper 80s, some sunshine tomorrow.
I'm checking the menu for today. Which, by the way, across South Texas, mid-70s right now. That's, a little bit cloudy, mid-70s.
Yeah, that's a good estimate. Everything's at 74.
Yeah. Blueberry pie day. That's good. I like blueberries. I prefer cherry pie.
Boo or blue?
Blue.
Blueberry.
And who's your favorite superhero? I know you like all the Halo stuff and video game, but like the DC and Marvel stuff. You got any favorite superheroes?
My favorite on Marvel is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Kind of battling with Deadpool. He's up there. On the DC side, I'm trying to think. That Flash is Marvel, right?
Ready? Flash is Marvel? Flash is DC, says
Flash then for DC.
Yeah, okay. That's the one you like, Flash?
Yeah, because he's quick.
Yeah, he can get around, get his work done, and then go on and enjoy it.
And he's actually a pretty genuine human being, as with his alias. He's not like, super all the time.
Yeah, last movie was okay. I like that one. That last one, with the when he was going back in time, trying to change.
Oh yeah. What's your favorites?
I don't know. What'd you say, Freddie? You don't have any. Yeah, Freddie says. Freddie's right. I really don't have.
Oh,
I don't. I just like these, man. I just like watching them. Freddie, I can tell you, is Batman, and I keep telling Freddie, look, all Superman has to do is be like 100 miles away and shoot a laser like with his eyes, just blow his brains out.
Yeah,
from a distance.
Batman's already figured that out.
all Batman needs to do is have a refractive surface that reflects the laser back to Superman.
You guys,
Batman's already figured it out.
Yeah.
He knows the future or what? He doesn't have any superpowers, man.
He doesn't need superpowers.
He doesn't need it.
Super intelligent.
He's got his smarts.
Exactly.
No, maybe Batman.
He already thought of that, so he already has something to wait with. Yep.
I can't convince him. I can't convince him otherwise. All right, pal. We'll talk.
We're nerds. We're sorry.
Thank you, Jeffy. That's AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nordy. All right, it's 7:13 on the Valley's Morning News. How we doing on that side, Freddie? What you got? What? Yeah, okay. Again, it's a big hug to all our online family joining us at Radio Para Mi. And social media as well. Thank you, Freddie. We're doing 710 KURV Facebook. Why do I mention Facebook? I'm sorry. Well, I have to. Look, go find us at 710 KURV X. Freddie's doing the YouTube, 710 KURV. And also, yes, we have to do the stupid Facebook thing as well. So you can join us there as well. Consumer sentiment fell for the fourth straight month, according to the University of Michigan, their latest numbers. President Trump saying that he has talked with Chinese President Xi Jinping about making a trade deal. This is in a Time magazine interview with the president. President Trump saying that Xi Jinping called him to talk about trade and said that he didn't think that was a sign of weakness. China has denied that there have been any talks between the U.S. and China on trade issues. It's 7:14 on the Valley's Morning News. New data from LendingTree showing there's a growing number of Americans that rely on swiping the credit card to purchase food.
A survey of 2,000 consumers ages 18 to 79 found that half reported using credit to help cover the cost of food. LendingTree said 25% of those surveyed said they used buy now, pay later loans to buy groceries. The survey also found a 7% increase in those who made late payments on a buy now, pay later loan in the last year. I'm Brian Shook.
And the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2025 class of inductees announced. Let's see, joining are Outkast, Soundgarden, Cyndi Lauper, and White Stripes. Oh, man, I got all excited for that. I thought it was going to be White Snake. It's White Stripes. Yeah. Well, yeah, they should have been. White Snake should have been inducted from the very beginning, yeah. Time is 7:15. This is the Valley's Morning News. Also online. Especially the 7 o'clock hour, we do the live online thing. You can go back and recap the news of the day on 710 KURV YouTube, X, 710 KURV Facebook as well, and of course, Radio Para Mi. Download the free app. Conversation with the Economic Development Chief from Edinburgh. Zoho is expanding its footprint in South Texas and sopping up the Echo Hotel. That's next on the Valley's Morning News.
Need to hire quality candidates fast? You need Indeed. Our video interview tool makes it easy and effortless to meet with candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
In the Rio Grande Valley, 18-wheeler traffic is heavier than anywhere else in Texas. So if you're involved in an accident, know that big insurance companies will not play fair because they only care about profits, not your health, not the costs you have incurred, and certainly not your pain and suffering. So if you're involved in an 18-wheeler accident, we will stop insurance companies from taking advantage of you.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call in McAllen at 956-803-0058 and Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
Brian Kilmeade here, inviting you to tune in weekday mornings starting at 9 for The Sergio Show with Sergio Sanchez on News Talk 710, KURV, and KURV.com.
Thank you much for waking up at News Talk 710 KURV. Do like many folks are doing, 7 o'clock hour. Hey, join us online. Of course, they'll be posting the videos later in the day. 710 KURV X Live, 710 KURV YouTube, Facebook Live as well. This is your station for Astros baseball. They're taking on hosting Detroit. AJ Hintz back home. 640 broadcast made possible by the Mission Economic Development Office. Big thank you as well to Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women. Economic update, city of Edinburgh, and I lovingly refer to him as Rowdy. It's Raudel Garza. He's the chief of economic development efforts for our city of Edinburgh. And of course, the big news a few days back was Zoho and the Echo Hotel. So What's happening, Rowdy?
Oh, good morning. Well, on April 10th, Zoho closed on a piece of property that is near and dear to a lot of people's hearts. Big 15-acre tract in downtown Edinburg that is known as the Echo Hotel. So Zoho will be renovating that building and doing some great things with it.
It's not only, you said 15 acres, so that's the golf course too, right?
Nope, that does not include the golf course.
Yeah.
The golf course is still owned by the city and will stay with the city ownership. Yeah.
What are the plans? Are you going to renovate that and try to get some people out there, some duffers, or what's the plan by the city for the golf course?
Yeah, there's actually some plans to renovate the golf club and make it a lot better, update a lot of it, and that's in the works. So we're doing some drainage improvements also on the golf course, and the golf course is going to keep getting better and better.
Okay. They said 15 acres. Well, that would not be the size of a golf course. It would actually be larger than that. I didn't realize.
No, not at all. The 15 acres is basically the convention center space, and they have some additional land, a lot of parking, obviously. Yeah, it's a good project that's coming up.
Will it be a historical site and retrofit, or do you know if it's going to be taken down and rebuilt into something new?
There's the main tower is, and it's not considered a historical site by the state. So I mean, there's no real regulations on preserving it. But the main tower will remain as is. There's going to be some renovations to the tower, and some of the buildings on the side, the adjacent buildings, are only 7 feet high in terms of their ceiling. So they couldn't convert into office space or into anything that is now useful. So some of that will be torn down, but other than that, the spirit of the Echo will continue to be there. It's really cool design that they're working on, and we're looking forward to sharing that at the right time.
So you've seen some of the potential building construction that might take place on campus. Will it be a multi-level facility? Will it be 100,000 square feet, 50,000 square feet? Do you have any idea how big it might be or tall it might be?
Yeah, well, the current tower is 5 stories, and that will remain at 5 stories. As far as anything additional, I've seen some schematics, but they aren't at the point to where they want to release that information. But it's really cool work. They're going to continue to fix up the building. From what I've seen, the Echo name stays on the building. It'll just be Echo by Zoho, and a lot of new landscaping, just renovating it and dolling it up.
No, I'm a bit surprised it's not getting that historical thing. I think it would be. Sometimes it frees up some money to preserve this, that, and the other, but that's up to Soho to do that. So they've taken ownership, right? They own that land now. Soho does, right?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this a compliment to what they're doing in McAllen? They've got a McAllen footprint too, right?
Yeah, so Zoho's going to continue to grow in the region. I mean, they've got a footprint in McAllen. McAllen was the first economic development corporation to reach out to them and bring them down here, and they're going to be growing on the north side of town also, because they bought over 1,000 acres in right off of 281, and they're doing some really exciting stuff.
Más o menos, we're off of 281. Might we see Soho?
They're a couple miles north of our airport, right? North of 2812. Yeah.
I see. Raudel Garza is the Director of Economic Development Efforts for our city of Edinburgh. Do you have any idea the economic impact, either in construction dollars, employment, Soho's expansion means for us?
They're real shy about talking about those numbers, but I do. It's going to be significant. Let's just put it that way for now. And we're really excited about it.
Yeah. Significant for me would be in the hundreds of potential employees.
You're getting close.
Okay. What's the only 2 options will be dozens or thousands. So I hope it's thousands. All right, Rowdy. Let's talk about. Speaking of the northern portion, industrial development. We've got, of course, Industrial's Joaquin Spammer, and he's putting some square footage up there. So what's the latest on that, and maybe other industrial park development in the area that I know we probably could use?
So Joaquin Spammer has bought 11 acres at North Industrial Park. It's our park on the north side of town, right off the interstate as well. He's going to be building up to 200,000 square feet. That building is almost done in terms of design work. So he's looking forward to breaking ground on that fairly soon. That's all, spec space, if you will, but we're working with a few companies that are looking for that space. And so Joaquin is one of a few developers that we're working with to try to bring out some more building space out there.
Is that north or south of the projected I-69 281 connector north of the airport?
That would be south of the airport and FM 490. Yes.
Which, of course, that'd be like 10 years away. But either way, just curious where that lands.
Yeah, it's only a few miles away from the airport, so it's really close.
So I know you got some numbers. Throw them at me. Construction, retail sales. How are we doing in Edinburg right now? Anything else you want to share?
Yeah, sure. So year to date, in 2024, we had almost $70 million in construction. This year, we're at almost $100 million. We're at $98 million so far. Then that's through March. And so, of that $98 million, about half of it is really in commercial construction. The other half is in residential. And the residential is almost evenly split between multifamily and single family homes. So we've got well over 37 subdivisions under development right now. That's over 1,700 lots. There's 52 subdivisions under construction review and 66 subdivisions under preliminary review. So that's a lot of new homes and a lot of new apartment complexes that are coming in. Just shows to the growth in Edinburg, and we continue to grow at a very fast pace. Where projections are right now, we're at about 106,000 population, and that's going to continue to grow throughout the years. So,
that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
McAllen and Edinburg right there, the horse race on population. Boy, you're probably going to overtake McAllen here pretty soon with all the subdivisions being under construction. Now, the numbers that you shared with me, does that include, I know in previous conversations, you and the mayor had mentioned new hotel space and projects like that. Is any of that included in this mix?
Yeah, so there is a new construction. The Courtyard by Marriott is going to be under construction very, very soon. We had a groundbreaking about a month ago. That Courtyard is going to be about a $15 to $18 million investment. And then, of course, just recently announced also was H-E-B is renovating their store on Freddie and McCall. And that's about a $33 million investment. So some large investments in renovating existing buildings and new construction as well.
Yeah, Freddie's happy about that one. He likes that H-E-B at Freddie McCall. That's where I see him. That's where he gets his. What else were we going to mention that as far as construction?
So total construction so far is at $98.7 million this year, and that's through March. And so as we're updating it, we're going to hit that $300 million, I think, of last year and the previous year. So we're on pace to, well over $1 billion in construction in the last two to 3 years, and that's amazing numbers.
Have you seen
sales tax isn't too far behind either?
Okay.
Our sales tax through the year. So far, we're at 7% above last year, so pretty good clip on that.
Excellent. Let's see what else we got on the list. Oh, that's right. A couple of projects, internal things. You've got a law enforcement job fair. When is that, brother?
So we have a law enforcement job fair coming up on May 7th, and that's a 3-hour window. So May 7th, mark your calendars. It's from 9 to 12 at the Edinburg Activity Center, which is on 123 Mark Pena Drive, right downtown, close to the police station, the library, and of course, Zoho's new property. And we've got a lot of law enforcement agencies from federal, state, and local law enforcement that are looking to hire. And so this is the second year that we've done it on, about this time of the year, and it's really great.
Yeah, what would be fun to see at something like that would be like, thank you for your application. Okay, go to the obstacle course. If you can clear the wall, then we'll go ahead and turn it in like officer and a gentleman, or maybe have a shooting range, right? Do something like that. You have a bankers or banking internship that you were telling me about off air as well. What is that?
Yeah, so the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, 5 local banks, and the city of Edinburg Economic Development Corporation, we got together And this was an idea that came through the Edinburg 2040 Committee, Economic Development Committee. And it was to start working on internships for trying to keep some of that local talent that's coming out of UTRGV and some of the other local educational institutions and stay here in the Valley. And so what we're doing is a 10-week program where students at the junior and senior level of finance majors, economics majors, banking majors, can actually get hands-on experience and some classroom training, and they get some college credit as well for working at a local bank, a community bank. And there's 5 of them that have signed up, and we're going to have, 10 different internship spots that are going to be open. There are paid positions. They were highly sought after. The application window already closed, but we got a lot of competition. There's a lot of applicants out there, and the bankers themselves are looking at those resumes, and then they will be interviewing and then selecting, and we will be announcing the winners of these slots because they're coveted positions. And we're happy that the local banks have stepped up and said, yes, we want to try to keep this local talent here. A lot of the local talent goes to some of the bigger institutions up other parts of the state, and we want them to know that there's opportunities here in Edinburg and the rest of the region.
Might this be a yearly thing? Open up.
It might be. It's something that UTRGV and the banks themselves will have to work out, and we're excited to be a part of it.
Rowdy, thank you for your time. Continued success. Raudel Garza is the Director of Economic Development Efforts for Edinburg. Thank you, Rowdy.
Thank you.
KURV, a service of J. Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH. It seems that high mortgage rates and concerns about the economy leading to slower figures when it comes to the housing market for the national report. This is all over social media, people running all over the place, and folks at DEA picking them up. Large-scale DEA raid resulted in more than 100 arrests at an illegal Colorado Springs nightclub over the weekend. And Gen Z is struggling financially, and it's stressing over this. A new Harvard survey found that over 50% of Gen Z are struggling financially. This is the Valley's Morning News on Newstalk 710 KURV. Join us online. Radio Para Mi. Download the free app. This is your station for Astros baseball. Sports up next. You're starving right now. Starving. Like Imam, my 12-year-old says, you're not starving, boy. Mira la pancita. Look at the little belly you got. You ain't starving. I know you're hungry right now. You just want some. You wish you can call mom or ama and get some breakfast tacos. Well, you can get pretty much the same because the chefs, the experts at every El Pato restaurant, yeah, they might be related to your ama or your mom somehow. It is our food, South Texas style, Mexican food, South Texas style, absolutely the best. Por eso estamos como estamos. So you get the fresh flour tortilla off the skillet, and it looks beautiful. It smells great. And then fill it with your favorites. Put some cheese in there, some potato and egg, maybe some bacon or chorizo, potato, egg, cheese, some refried bean. My goodness, it is wonderful, so tasty. And don't forget the little red sauce, the little salsita on top. Oh, my goodness, I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. So order your breakfast tacos, your patos right now, elpato.com, or just call it in like I do, elpato.com. Hey, don't forget the enchiladas verdes with rice and bean and the drink, an amazing only $6.99 for a limited time at every El Pato restaurant.
Did you know Mighty Mike's Plumbing, Electrical, and HVAC also does duct cleaning?
Here, Feathers, guess what?
Tea.
Coffee. You know I don't like tea.
Oh, no. Mighty Mike's offers duct cleaning to make sure your ducts are clean and system running efficiently to save you money. Now is a great time for duct cleaning, so just call 956-686-1353.
Oh, I found callmightymike.com. They do all HVAC services and more.
Except that, but they do duct cleaning. Get your system done. Mighty Mike's to the rescue.
Make the call to Culligan today. I am convinced that you will appreciate the amazing value that Culligan provides for only $35 a month, providing you your very own water purification system, state-of-the-art filters. It's amazing technology. the highly trained individuals, those technicians, water purification experts at Culligan. Someone will show up to your house, install everything, maybe even connect it over to the fridge. There's some wonderful, satiating, healthy, great tasting, all that purified water, nice and cold coming out of the fridge. Man, can you imagine mid-July, 120 degrees outside, and you go inside and you put that empty glass right through the fridge, fill it up with satiating, wonderful tasting Culligan water. Always pure, always great tasting, never ever the taste or the smell of chemicals, plastic. You know how it is with bottled water. So be done with that. Be done with all the empty bottles everywhere. It's an amazing, only $35 a month. That is, man, do the math on all the plastic you spend full of water, gasoline you burn to go get that. Culligan is at 956-399-1780.
The Viva Fresh Expo in Houston, Texas was buzzing with innovation and industry insights, and 710 KURV brought it all to you. If you missed any of it, see it all again on our social platforms. The South Texas Pulse of Business. News Talk 710 KURV.
Your Houston Astros are back home tonight to host the Detroit Tigers. First pitch at 7:10. Powered by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women, Mission Economic Development Corporation, and News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
The Houston Astros took the dub yesterday after handily defeating the Kansas City Royals 7-3 to salvage the series in KC. Hunter Brown looked good on the mound, tossing 6 frames, allowing 1 run on 7 hits with a walk and 9 punch-outs. Offensively, the Stros took care of business with 9 hits, 2 of them coming from the long ball.
And he drives this one to right center field, maybe a little further. Alvarez staring at it, and for good reason. A 3-run shot, and the Astros score.
On to the Detroit Tigers tonight at home. First pitch at 7:10. Staying in the diamond, the Texas Rangers lost 3-2 on a very strange and rare walk-off Little League home run to the San Francisco Giants. A rough outing for Jack Leiter off the IL, throwing 3 1/3, responsible for 2 hits and 2 runs with just 3 strikeouts. The bats were hot, but the scoring wasn't for Texas as they left 8 runners stranded on 10 hits, led by Jock Peterson and Leody Taveras, who both had multiple hits. A series loss turns to home advantage against the A's tonight. First pitch is set for 7. With your TSN Sports Minute, I'm Kevin Walker.
AccuWeather says highs for today should be mid-90s. Ooh, nice and toasty. Same thing tomorrow, same thing Wednesday. Right now, temperatures mid-70s. Border Bridge wait times. 45-minute wait time headed back to McAllen using their FAR bridge and headed back to Brownsville. Let's see. B&M, Gateway, both 30 minutes. Veterans at 1 hour. You are in tune with the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Business News Check of Your Money up next. Join us online at Radio Para Mi. Download that free app. Owning a home, owning a property that you're renting, sometimes, man, it's just too much hassle. You got to keep up with the property and say, excuse me, you need to fix this, that, and the other. You know what? That's just a pain in the butt. I get it. You got an extra house, and now it's time to get rid of it. Time to cash out. Put all that capital in the bank. The team that you want is the Ryan and Brian real estate team, the only team I'm calling to sell my home or buy a home. But first up, let's talk about that rental. Let me give you an example of how the Ryan and Brian real estate team made the entire difference in the efforts to sell a duplex in Harlingen by someone very happy that they call the Ryan and Brian real estate team, because that property, that duplex in Harlingen, sat on the market for a long, long time. Yeah, they called the wrong people. Phone wasn't ringing, no eyeballs, no inquiry, nothing. Ryan and Brian real estate team got the phone call. Presto. Job taken care of. So the Ryan and Brian real estate team, they have an aggressive and very successful marketing approach that generates so much interest that homes sell for what they're asked for or even more. That property in Harlingen sold for full asking price, no more rental, all the cash in the bank. That could be you, amigo. Call the Ryan and Brian real estate team, 956-540-2536. The website, ryanandbrian.com. That's ryanandbrian.com.
If you're selling your home, don't be trying. Call Ryan and Brian. Go to ryanandbrian.com.
When today is unpredictable, you need sound advice and strong support to help you stay focused on your long-term financial goals for tomorrow. Ameriprise Financial has been guiding clients through challenging times for over 125 years. You can take comfort in working with a financial advisor who's backed by that strong experience and who's there to guide you with personalized, goal-based financial advice. Together, you and your Ameriprise Financial Advisor can plan your future while navigating your now. Call Ameriprise Financial Advisor David Barnes today at 956-772-4200. That's 956-772-4200. Office is located at 3008 North McCall Road, Suite B, McAllen, Texas. Not FDIC or NCUA insured. No financial institution guarantee. May lose value. Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC. Member FINRA and SIPC. Call Ameriprise Financial Advisor David Barnes today at 956-772-4200.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work with you to improve your overall health. Check out the website, drtsprimarycare.com. Give them a call on the Cal at 956-803-0058 in Harlingen, 956-368-5247.
710 KURV. Streaming live at KURV.com. Powered by Texas Mutual Workers Compensation Insurance. A policyholder-owned company. Work safe, Texas.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. Senator Dave McCormick said the Trump administration is making progress toward finalizing trade deals with multiple countries. McCormick added that a number of countries have come forward with very specific proposals in the dozens, and the administration is reviewing the proposals. Numerous LGBTQ groups are facing a six-figure sponsorship deficit for their annual Pride celebrations, forcing some to modify their festival plans. Corporations mostly cite economic concerns for pulling back on sponsorships, but Pride groups also note they're seeing a hostile political climate for diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. Horror movies are often one-week wonders at the box office, but Ryan Coogler's Sinners is defying the odds. In its second weekend in theaters, it earned $45 million in ticket sales, earning the top spot at the weekend box office. Sinners has now made more than $161 million worldwide. Futures are slightly lower. On Friday, the Dow Industrials gained 486. That's your money now.
Headed to college this morning, according to a new Federal Reserve survey, the majors that pay the least: social work, arts, yeah, you might be living with mom and dad, education, all that pays the least as far as college majors. AccuWeather says highs today, mid-90s. This is the morning news. Also at Radio Para Mi. Download the free app. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing had the honor, pleasure meeting several more members of the team a few days back. I sat there at the table with my friend Dale Johnson and his wife. Wonderful folks at Chamber Roofing and Waterproofing. And I see now why Dale had, over many, many months, had heart-to-heart conversations with the folks at Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing and has locked arms with them to expand the services that Dale provided for all these businesses in South Texas, because their heart is with the Lord. Yeah. They got that same culture, same belief, same commitment to excellence and customer service. You know, for years I've been talking about Dale Johnson and his company, DLJ, right? And Dale, handshake, boots on the ground, making sure that you're happy, always doing an awesome job. I never, ever heard, over many, many years of talking about Dale Johnson, I never heard anything bad whatsoever. Nothing but glowing remarks and praises. Dale Johnson believes and has joined, locked arms, is now a part of roofing and waterproofing, bringing expanded menu of services and all these valued warranties, cutting-edge technology, advanced waterproofing solutions. It all begins with a conversation, much like we did with Dale. Here's the number to call, 956-566-6822. The website, chamberlainltd.com.
At Rivetta's Machinery in Donna, they're bringing the best deals on equipment to your job site, your farm, or your backyard. Right now, take advantage of 0% interest or up to $6,000 cash back on Coyote track loaders and skid steers. These are machines built for maximum performance no matter the task. But don't stop there. They're also offering fantastic savings on Coyote tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles. And whether you're hauling something, mowing, tackling other big jobs, Coyote has the equipment to help you get it done. If you're looking for great deals and great service from a team that treats you like family, look no further than Rivetta's Machinery and Coyote. Start your next project right. Visit Rivetta's Machinery in Donna or browse their deals when it suits you at mynewtractor.com. That's their website, mynewtractor.com. Rivetta's for the long haul. See dealer for full details.
Your Houston Astros play here.
Left field. Good one. It's out of here.
Catch the action all season long on News Talk 710 KURV.
Deep to right field, and you can kiss it goodbye.
Don't miss the crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd. We'll bring you each weeknight and weekend game with pregame and postgame coverage and all the action in between. Powered by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women, Mission Economic Development Corporation, and News Talk 710 KURV. News Talk 710 KURV. News and weather information at your fingertips.
There was only one place to get the information I needed.
Log on to KURV.com.
Happy Monday. Thank you for joining us on the Valley's Morning News. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz, AccuWeather meteorologist Jeffrey Nordine. You and family driving around town, mid-70s right now. Highs will be mid-90s, says AccuWeather. News on 710 KURV, a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Russia declares a 3-day ceasefire in Ukraine starting May 8th for World War II Victory Day celebrations. President Trump says he's disappointed by Russian missile strikes in Kyiv, Ukraine.
We'll see what happens over the next few days. We'll probably learn a lot.
He met Saturday with Ukraine's President Zelensky before Pope Francis's funeral in Rome. The conclave to elect a new pope starts May 7th. It's election day in Canada.
Canadians will decide whether or not new Prime Minister Mark Carney's Liberal Party will maintain power, or if the Conservatives under Pierre Poilievre return to power for the first time in almost a decade. Carney rushed the election up from this fall, saying he needed a strong mandate in response to President Donald Trump's tariffs.
Fox's Jeff Manasso, a man in Vancouver, Canada, is charged with murder for a car ramming attack at a Filipino festival Saturday, killing 11 people. America's listening to Fox News.
Historic Echo Hotel in Edinburgh is now in the hands of new owners. The Edinburgh Economic Development Office saying that an Austin software development company, Zoho, which is already in McAllen, has finalized a deal to purchase the Echo Hotel. Zoho Corporation is planning to expand its operations to Edinburgh from McAllen and will use the property for a state-of-the-art office facility. The Edinburgh acquisition complements the McAllen investment, and there's also plans for the future use of land north of Edinburgh by Zoho. Conversation about this 15 minutes after the hour. You can do a rewind on Radio Para Mi if you're listening via the app. Also, catch the interview. We'll post it on X and LinkedIn, 710 KURV, later in the day. President Trump saying that he has talked with Chinese President Xi Jinping about making a trade deal. In an interview with Time, President Trump saying that Xi Jinping called him to talk about trade and said that he didn't think that it was a sign of weakness. And China has denied that there have been any talks between the U.S. and China regarding trade. Gen Z is reportedly struggling financially.
And it's stressing them out. A Harvard survey found that over 50% of Gen Zers are struggling to stay afloat financially. The financial insecurity among Gen Z is most severe for women, Hispanics, and those without a college degree. Most Gen Z survey participants revealed they're anxious about their finances. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
A new electric vehicle startup backed by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos in the news will soon be to market and will be produced up in Michigan.
Slate Auto, headquartered in Michigan, made its debut Thursday night at a design studio in Long Beach, California, promising electric trucks for under $20,000 with a federal tax credit. The trucks are rather low tech when it comes to amenities compared to competitors, with manual windows and no informational screen. The company plans to build its trucks in Indiana, and the basic model can go about 150 miles on a charge. It's expected to go on sale in 2026. I'm Matt Mattinson.
And one of the most prominent victims of the late Jeffrey Epstein has died. The family, 41-year-old Virginia Giuffre, announced that she died by suicide on Friday at her home in Australia. I mentioned this yesterday to a friend. I said, really? I hadn't heard about that. That's why I mentioned it again. Do I do the air quotes, Freddie, on the suicide thing? Right, because everybody else has. That's the way they've been posting it online and sharing it. Right. All right, this is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. We invite you to join us at Radio Para Mi. Download the free app. You can rewind, catch any of the news that you missed. Also, 7 o'clock hour, the morning news on KURV, live on X, on Facebook, also on YouTube.
Stop feeling embarrassed about thinning hair and start looking and feeling your best with Hair Grow by New Nordic. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or at your local CVS.
Kubota Orange Days celebration continues at Amigo Power Equipment in Edinburg with JP and Jeff sporting those very colorful orange shirts. Celebrating Kubota. That's what the good Aggies. But they wear orange to celebrate Kubota. That's the official color of the number one selling compact tractor in the nation. All this top selling equipment, zero-turn mowers, all the other wonderful equipment, the attachments to get the job done at your ranch. Stop by and visit with Amigo Power Equipment, JP and Jeff, and check out those wonderful orange shirts and the orange equipment that they have. America's favorite compact tractor is Kubota. And at Amigo Power Equipment, they've got all these factory-trained pros going to help you match your job over at the ranch, at the lease, and the equipment that you need to get the job done. Special Orange Day financing savings available at Amigo Power Equipment right now. All you need to do is just stop by and visit with JP and Jeff. You can also go to the Amigo Power Equipment website or the Kubota website to get more information. Save big on Kubota equipment during Kubota Orange Days at Amigo Power Equipment in Edinburg on Monte Cristo.
I had gotten a phone call yesterday around noon, and I was at the gym at the time. They called me twice, and I called back, and they told me, you won $1,000, and I didn't believe it. I actually had to call my bank, and I called customer service and everything, and then they also confirmed that it's true that I won, and that's why I love Lone Star National Bank.
Swipe, win, repeat. For every 35 debit card swipes, our customers have a chance at winning $1,000 every quarter. Make the switch to LSNB. Start swiping today.
Be part of the KURV family. Like us on Facebook at 710 KURV.
Your 710 KURV AccuWeather forecast is going to be increasingly windy with variable cloudiness. High temperature 90 to 95, low 75 tonight with a cloudy sky. And then we're going to stay cloudy and breezy tomorrow and Wednesday with highs very steady at around 89 to 95. For Thursday, we have sun at first turning cloudy 91 and then another cloudy day expected for Friday. I'm AccuWeather's Jeff Nordine on the Valley's official weather station, 710 KURV.
Listen to Sergio Sanchez every morning on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Para Mi app. Stay informed with exclusive interviews from top local and state leaders, plus economic development news, business, and medical reports, and all the local news from the RGV. It's everything you need to know to start your day right. Sergio Sanchez and News Talk 710 KURV on the free